All right, guys. Welcome to another episode of Nappy Fusion. It's myself, Black C, and my brother Jamil, as always. Jamil, Charlie, what's going on?
Yo, my guy, I'm good, man, Charlie. I'm good. Yet another Sunday, man.
Oh yeah,
Yet
yeah.
another
As
Sunday.
always, yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what we are going to discuss today. Yeah,
That's what's up. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. All
yeah, man.
right. So as we said on the last episode, we'll continue with the discussion on the Olympics. I think we ended last time on some of the financial constraints. That the African Olympians are facing, out there. So we'll continue with that discussion today. Today we have an update of a sort.
Yeah,
There was this news circulating some few days ago about I think 11 member team Paralympics from Ghana, you know, going to
yeah.
Norway and disappeared. Jamil.
Uh, Disappear as in nobody knows where they've passed. They've found their own, you know. They don't want to do the Paralympics anymore. They've disappeared. Yeah. So,
It's crazy. So they
wow.
traveled out there, and instead of taking part in the actual, sport or whatever was going on, they just disappeared. You know,
Yeah.
uh,
This,
we are still
you
looking for
know,
them.
we've been hearing stories like this. I mean, almost every time there's this huge competition,
Mm.
and then especially, I mean, since we're in Ghana, we hear about Ghanaians, a few Ghanaians, saying they want to participate, and then when they actually get to the country where they're supposed to have the competition, then they disappear, like we are saying. So we've heard a few stories, and this one,
But
this one, the whole team is gone, man.
and this story is so funny because what makes it even crazier is the fact that I heard that they are not even the actual Paralympic team. This is just a fake team
Oh, okay.
that went to the
Was it?
Olympics. And
Oh,
the
wow.
ministry knows nothing about it. Nobody in the sports ministry, nobody knows anything about it. So it's just a group of 11 people that came together and decided to go to Norway, to take part in some Olympics or whatever. And when they got there, they just disappeared, to go and find their own way.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh wow. Okay, 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 okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know that detail. But then anyway, and the funny thing was apparently one passed away,
Yeah,
and then
I had the coach passed away.
the
Yeah,
coach passed away, and the
yeah.
family of the coach was supposed to go there, identify the body, and then find ways and means to bring his body back. The family got to Norway. They also disappeared. So uh it's crazy, man, Charlie. It's crazy. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I think the Africans we
Crazy.
see those international games as an opportunity to escape.
Yeah, you know, the let's train. Then we qualify. When we get there, then we disappear. It's. Oh well, I don't know. I
But
don't know.
don't you think that we'll get to a time where the international sporting federation will say that Charlie, Africa is disappearing too much, so we are not going to invite Africa anymore. Yeah.
No, but that thing is there. Oh. There's limited visas, especially for some African countries, for like these competitions, because it's a thing that goes on. Like people actually get to the destination and then they disappear. Both the athletes and then the supporters, and it's been going on. So sometimes it makes people rethink the next World Cup that's happening in the Americas, US, Canada, and Mexico.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the way people have been disappearing over the previous competitions, especially when some African countries let me be specific. I'm very sure about Ghana because Ghana, we hear the story. So let me just say Ghana. I don't want to say like Africa because it may be happening, but we don't have any proof. Ghana, we can probably go through and then get some news, you know. So it may eventually say Ghana qualifies. We're going to have a problem, you know, getting enough supporters to go support them because we know that some people are going to use that to just disappear.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And
That's an opportunity
yeah,
to try
definitely, yeah,
to escape the system.
to escape the system, you know, and just and just so anyway, because I sometimes I try to fathom like what plan they have. So probably they know somebody there already, and then when they get there, then what?
Yeah,
Like
I think that even before they travel, they make arrangements. Like they call
they make arrangements. Yeah,
some friends, some brothers, some cousins out there. Say, hey,
yeah,
you know what? So I'll be coming on this date. So when I get to the airport, let's rendezvous. Or tell me where to meet you at. Pick me up, whatever. So that I can.
yeah, and then that's it.
But I believe also that some just run away without any plan because they feel like they are in that country. So I mean, they will make it anyhow anyway. So they'll just run away, find a way to
Yeah,
hide, a place to hide, and just
and
hopefully,
just
something happens for them. I don't know.
yeah. So you're just going to be on the streets,
Yeah, yeah.
and then
Just hustle. The challenge just hustle till it works out, I guess.
but isn't that a crazy idea to just live on the streets like that? See how cold these places are,
Challenge.
and then
Mm.
what you I know some people have survived, some people have made it, but isn't it putting yourself in danger in some kind of way?
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, but compared to where they're coming from, I mean, imagine you're living in some, I don't want to mention any African countries or anything like that, but you're
Yeah,
living in some, bad economy, terrible African country where there are no jobs, you know, um, it's like, there's hunger, nothing is going on, nothing works, there's corruption, the government doesn't care about the people.
yeah,
Then
yeah,
you get this opportunity to go outside,
yeah,
you've seen videos of America, Europe, wherever. You see
yeah,
people like, looking nice,
yeah.
all the nice
It'll
life.
give you this hope.
Yeah. So when that opportunity comes, you're like, Charlie, nah, this one day I'm
Yeah,
taking it,
yeah.
So
You just
you just go there with the mind that, Charlie, I mean, whatever the situation is here, it's better than where I'm coming from, So
yeah.
I'll just struggle anyhow, and if I make it, I make it. If I don't, then Charlie, I tried.
You know. So yeah. So talking about how people take these daring trips. There was this small documentary I watched. I'm not sure if it was a BBC, but there was this documentary I watched. There were, I think, two South Africans wanted to like escape the system, and then they somehow they got to a plane going to the UK. I think it was a British airline plane that was going to the UK, and they somehow found a way to climb. The tire thing
Oh, that where the landing gear is at. Yeah.
where the landing gear is, and then they climbed in there, and then the plane took off, and then they were there. I think they didn't calculate how cold it would be there. you know, and one died whilst they were like in the air, and then the other one somehow was I don't know if it was so cold he couldn't move, and
Hmm.
then when the plane got like was almost at the airport, the landing gear drops and everything. So when the landing gear dropped, he sort of fell out and he dropped like hundreds of feet.
Man, that's crazy. I
Yeah,
remember when
and
we were
then
kids, there were these stories. I don't know if you heard those stories where people they do stowaway in like big
yeah,
ships.
yeah, yeah. There was this very, very popular movie. I don't know what was the
Yep,
name?
yep, 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 yep. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I think I think it was
I don't know. What was the
I
title?
I don't remember, man, but
He had David
I know
Donto.
the one you're talking about though.
Yeah, he had David Donto and
Yeah, I think it was a true
Ma-
story though, and
Mike
they made it
Epps.
into a
No,
movie.
not Mike Epps. Omar Epps. Right? Yeah.
But I think the movie was, it was a true story, right? And they made it to
Yeah, it
movie.
was a true story. It was a true
Yeah.
story. It was a true story. Oh, what's the title of this movie? Oh, I don't remember. If you remember, we'll try and put it
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think,
Somewhere. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
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 I mean,
It was a crazy movie, man.
it was a popular story. I remember when I was a
Yeah,
kid.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You know, and the
And we
guy
have so
dropped.
many stories like that, you know.
Yeah, the guy dropped from the landing gear and then fell into the streets or onto some roof. I don't know, but he didn't die. But
He didn't die.
no, he didn't die. I
Hey,
mean,
how?
after they took care of him and everything, I
He
mean, he was
didn't
not.
die.
No. He was working with a walking stick. I think he has like a permanent
Boy,
problem right now, but he's living the UK.
that is
But he didn't die. Yeah. But the other
hmm.
guy died. The guy who froze up there died. Yeah. But he fell and then his
So
hand disappeared.
so I don't know. I mean, we keep I think circulating around this question, over and over again. I know Africa is difficult, Charlie. The system is terrible, nothing is working, but is it worth, making that or
That was
taking these?
exactly what I was going to ask you. Is it worth it? Like,
Is it
is the
worth it?
hustle worth it? But
Because
you see,
if you
sometimes
lose your life,
if you watch some of the backgrounds people come from, sometimes it's like, yo, like, especially the people that, if you hear the stories of those who cross the Sahara and then later cross the
hmm,
Mediterranean and try to get to Italy, yeah. Sometimes you hear some of the stories, they're like, yo, like nothing is working. Like nobody has anything. So me being the firstborn of the family, or me being a father with two, three, four children and a wife, something has to be done. Something has to shift. And we probably heard of people who have, crossed the deserts and they've actually made it into Europe. They're like, nah, I also have to. It's either I do this or I just starve, and then they take these trips. Some of them don't even tell their families. And then they take these trips and then some of them die. I still need to ask, is it worth it? Because you're supposed to be taking care of like your family and then
yeah,
you die on the trip. Then what happens to the family? It's a very difficult question. Sometimes I understand their despair, but sometimes it's the journey is too treacherous. There's too much to lose, I think.
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I, I mean, if you're leaving, like if you get a visa and you're leaving, the right way, that one, yeah,
Mhm.
Charlie, it's fine. I mean, Charlie,
That one is
nothing
cool.
wrong
Yeah.
with
That one
seeking
is
greener
cool.
pastures, but going through, I mean, like the example you gave, hiding in the landing gear, hiding in a ship for days, trying to get to Europe,
Yeah. Yeah.
thinking that I guess the mindset is that when you get there, Charlie, there's automatically you make it, which is not the case.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing. You know, because too many people lose their lives, and it's like there's still too many people making these trips anyway. It's like I have to like try or nothing. If I make it, I make it. If I don't, I don't. And it's sad, man. It's sad. It's sad.
Yeah, and
It's
it's not
sad.
it's not only Africa,
It's sad.
like I mean, we hear,
Yeah, it's true.
I
There are
think
people from
other developing
um
countries, yep.
yeah,
Even
sometimes you
Mexico,
see
Mexico is
the
doing that, like
Pakistanis, yeah. Sometimes you see the
Pakistan,
Pakistanis,
like Philippines,
the
look at
Afghans, yeah.
yep.
All those people are, are making these horrible trips and then, people, I mean, when you see videos of people getting washed ashore in
Oh yeah,
Europe
yeah.
and
I think a few years back there was a video of a child was ashore, like a little.
yeah, a child, sometimes it's a mother in the I mean, a child in the arms of the mother, a father, it's horrible. It's horrible. I don't think it's worth the the trip is not worth it. That's kind of trip, you know. I don't know. But then again, I'm not in their shoes. I don't know what they go through, where they're coming
Yeah,
from.
yeah. I
So
mean, you know,
can't really judge, you know.
it's very
Can't
difficult to
really
judge,
judge.
like I said, you know, because
Yeah,
if you haven't experienced what they are going through, you can't really, you
what
know.
they're going through. Yeah, you know. So it's difficult. It's difficult. But then the Paralympians that disappeared, dear Charlie. The whole
And
thing, like,
and you know, I have other stories that are kind of similar to that particular one we are talking about. I believe
okay,
in 2018, several athletes from Cameroon, Rwanda, Uganda, went missing during the 2018 Commonwealth Games in Australia. I
where
guess
Australia?
Australia, yep, Commonwealth Games in Australia.
Okay, okay.
They went to seek asylum. And
Hmm.
the same way in 2008 in Melbourne, participants from Rwanda, Zimbabwe, Afghanistan, they sought asylum during the. And this one is funny because that particular games, it was the Homeless Persons World Cup. Homeless
Yeah,
Persons World Cup. So, how do you expect people from Zimbabwe, Rwanda, homeless people from Zimbabwe, Rwanda, and Afghanistan to
to
travel
come
to Melbourne
to make it there. Yeah, yeah. But
and once
true.
they are
That's
there,
that's
you expect them to be faithful.
yeah. How does that work? I
I
have
don't
to
know.
Google it. Homeless what? Homeless World Cup. World Cup.
Homeless Persons World Cup. I didn't even know it was a thing, but I guess it is. So
Yeah, this is strange, man. Homeless persons World Cup.
yeah, look it up. Look it up. See what.
Yeah, let me. Okay, I see. Homeless World Cup.
Yeah,
Homeless World Cup.
Homeless Persons World Cup.
Yeah, but is it
Yeah, it's a thing, man.
FIFA to
For real.
support the Homeless World Cup Foundation after agreeing? Okay, something about Paris. Okay, I think this is something else. No, but
So
I'll look it
so
up. I'll paste it. I'll try. I'll look it up and I'll paste it.
so you travel out there as a homeless person. You take part in these games, and you come back, to be homeless in your home country. Nobody will do that. I think you'll be the most stupid person in the world to travel from Zimbabwe to Melbourne, attend the Olympic
So
Games, and come back to Zimbabwe and be homeless.
wait. So say you are homeless. I think we need to read about it more because
Oh
me
yeah,
in my
yeah,
mind, okay, you are in Zimbabwe, you are in Ghana, you are in Uganda. Okay,
you're
you are
homeless.
homeless. It's a
Yes.
homeless World Cup. Who
In
funds the trip?
Melbourne.
Yeah, in Australia.
Yeah.
So who funds the trip? The government. The government
Yeah,
is
I
able
guess I
to
guess the government, goes around and or finds or identifies the homeless people, bring them together and
bring them
train.
together instead of helping them. They carry them,
Oh yeah, we
put them
train
on the
them
plane,
and buy plane
train
tickets for
them,
them.
and put them on the plane
Yeah.
and send them
Yep.
to try and win a medals for the
And
country that they are homeless in.
yep. And when they come back, you go back to
When they come back,
you go to
then
your
what?
shelter. I mean, you win the medal for the country,
Oh,
you
boy.
go back to your shelter.
Yeah.
You're homeless, so
I don't know. I think we need to do some more research on it because I swear this thing doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Homeless persons Olympics. And it's a thing. God damn
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah.
Wow. But this is news. The people are definitely not going to come back.
No, no, no. Me,
No.
when I saw the story, I'm like, nah, this is ridiculous. I don't know what they were expecting, but this is just
You
ridiculous.
know? And the Paralympics, the I was talking to someone about it, and the person was like, so you disappeared, you don't have any form of documentation, but you disappeared, and then you get there, and then how are you going to take care of yourself? How are you going to work? And someone also said, okay, but the advantages for someone who is should I say paralyzed right? I think paralyzed people are actually like properly taken care of. I mean,
There are
they
more
are
resources
highly
out there for them.
considered. Yeah, they're highly considered when it comes to like parking, when it comes to when they are entering a building, there are specialized um well, I mean, instead of
Walkways and all
stairs,
that. Yeah.
yeah, the other walkways that they are actually like
But I
very,
mean,
very considered.
most of these benefits, you only enjoy them when you are a citizen of that country. I mean, fine, the walkway, I mean, walkway is for everybody, but as far
Mm,
as stuff like, getting the tag for let's say you are disabled, and you want to
yeah,
apply for that tag, to hang it inside your car. Even to own a car, you have to have some kind of, credential, or you have to, either be, because you can't just drive without driver's license. To get a driver's license, you need some kind of documentation. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
So even to enjoy some of these benefits they are talking about, like,
Mm.
for someone who is paralyzed, you have to have some kind of documentation to be able to enjoy some of these benefits. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I agree. I agree. You need to, you see, the documentation thing, I don't know if they keep forgetting or they just
Hmm.
hope things work out, or they have like a specific plan that they have that they're going to I don't know. I don't know. I think we should probably get somebody who has, you
More
know,
knowledge on that.
disappeared and has finally made it. And then let's interview this person. And then let's try and get into the minds of someone like that, when what the plan is before they leave, and then when they get there, how they survive, because I really don't see how you're going to survive,
I mean,
especially
if you know a way
on
to
own
reach
one.
out to some, one of those disappeared people, let me know so we can reach out to them.
Yeah, Charlie, we need to try and get
Oh
someone
yeah,
like
yeah,
that and
yeah.
then try and interview them,
We
because it's
need a
mad.
first-hand experience, right?
Yeah, because I tell you, it's mad how you can just get into a country and then disappear, and then what? You don't know, say you don't know anybody there. What? You're going to, Charlie, my guy.
It's crazy. It's
You're
crazy,
going to
man.
be on the streets like that, and then what?
It's crazy.
Try and beg, or you're going to find some job, hopefully, especially if it's like these European countries that you don't speak English and you're an English speaking person. How are you going to live?
No, no idea.
Oh, yeah. Already, you're a beggar, and then you want to beg for money and you can't speak the language. Hey, Charlie, it's deep. Oh.
It's crazy.
It's
I
deep.
mean,
Thinking about it is even scary.
I think
Yeah.
the African leaders should do better, because these stories are getting ridiculous, every day. Because
Yeah.
it's like not only Africa though. I mean, I think most of the developing countries, the leaders. I don't know if, well, I guess the UN
And
can't really do anything,
and
but I
the
was gonna
and the
say
and the yeah, and it makes things a little more difficult for people who genuinely want to travel.
exactly. I was gonna say that.
Yeah, it
Those who
makes things
genuinely
very
want to be
difficult.
part of those events, yep.
Yeah, because I hear in the 80s, 70s, should I say 70s and 80s? 70s and 80s. I'm not sure about the 90s, but if you are like a Commonwealth country, so like how Ghana is part of the Commonwealth,
Yeah.
you didn't need a visa to go to the UK.
Hmm.
Yeah, you just have your plane ticket and then you just go. You didn't need a visa to go in and out of the UK. But I'm sure they realized how many people were trooping in. They were like, we need to do something. We need to do something. And then, the visa process was put in place. And then people still were finding, loopholes, and they kept tightening and tightening and tightening.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now we are where we are.
It's crazy,
Now
bro.
we are where we are. You can have all the documentation, right, everything, but nah, nah, nah. It's funny when you get to the U.S. embassy and then, like they apparently, if there's like, say, like 100 people in the queue, only like 5 get a visa. The rest of it like,
Oh
no, I'm
yeah.
sorry, I have to
Yeah.
deny you. I'm sorry, I have to deny you. I'm sorry, I have to deny, and then everybody else is just bounced. And probably like 4 people get a visa. Like, yo, that's mad. You're not going to get your money back too.
Man, it's crazy. But you
Look
know,
at it.
the conversation continues, man. I think our time is almost out, so we'll try and
Yeah,
cut it short today.
yeah.
But before we go, I guess we didn't do the question of the day.
The question of the day.
Yeah, we'll do it now, Jamil.
Yeah,
I'm not letting you off the hook like that.
yeah.
Give me a second.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Let me find it real quick.
Let's do that.
So with
Hmm.
the question of the day, Jamil, are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
The first democratic elections in South Africa happened in what year? Let me read the question again. The
Hmm.
first democratic elections in South Africa happened in what year?
Yeah,
So I'll give you four possible answers and you tell me.
yeah, yeah.
The first one is 1989. Second one is 1990. Third one is 94. And the last one is 99. So I'll give you 1 minute to figure out the answer.
No, I think I have the answer in my head.
Sure.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, go ahead.
I think so. I think I have the because when you said the question, I
Mhm.
sort of had a year in my head, and then you mentioned it. So I'm like, okay, could be wrong, but you never know.
So wait.
1994.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember
Mhm.
the year 94. That was when Nelson Mandela won, and then he had that walk, that street
Yeah.
walk.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, it has to be 94.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 94 because it was that year, it was in that year that South Africa held its first democratic elections.
Elections. Okay.
Prior to 94, South Africa was under apartheid
Yeah.
as a system of racial segregation and discrimination.
Mm.
So,
Yeah. South African apartheid was mad, eh?
man, I don't even want to get into that, man. It's a whole
Yeah.
new level.
We need to find a day and then talk about all of that.
Oh yeah,
We need to talk about the African visa problem when it comes to going to the Europe and the Americas, and talk about apartheid too. And then the
yeah,
racism and all that. Yeah,
yeah.
we'll do it.
That's good. Yeah. All right, guys.
Oh,
So thanks for joining us today. As always.
yeah. Today's discussion was different. I liked it. It was cool.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. There's more
So
to
join
come. Guys,
us.
subscribe, man. Subscribe.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Join
And
us every
then
Sunday.
comment.
We'll discuss topics concerning Africa.
Yeah.
So yeah, join us, and hopefully you have a nice week. Coming up. So.
Yeah. Enjoy the
Feel the rhythm running through. Drums are talking just for you. Moving bodies in the night.